guys, it's RJ. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get a look a little bit like this. This is my everyday makeup routine, but I don't wear makeup every day. And I know this seems like a lot to be an everyday makeup routine, but since I usually don't wear makeup every single day, if I'm going to wear makeup, it's going to be the full-blown kind of natural look. So I have already primed my face and filled in my eyebrows. So what I'm going to take first is Born This Way concealer, and it's in Fair. And I just like to take this and put some of it on my cheeks, my chin, and my nose. This just helps make everything kind of the same color. I have some pink spots in some areas, and instead of like color correcting, I just find it's easiest to conceal it. And then I'm going to take a damp beauty blender and blend that all in. Okay, and next I'm going to take my Born This Way foundation, and this is in the color Nude. And I just put a couple of pumps on the bottom of my beauty blender. And then I start on the outer parts of my face and blend in. It kind of gives it more dimension with the brighter parts being in the middle. I like this foundation because it's very buildable. See, I feel like it's really good for every single day because it's not too cakey and too much. But then it can be buildable with other concealers, and if you use more of it, so I like it more for every single day. It feels more like I'm wearing a BB cream than a full coverage foundation, but I feel like it does give me good coverage. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to take also the Born This Way concealer, but this time I'm going to take it in Very Fair, and I'm going to put that on my Cupid's bow, my nose, and under my eyes for more of a highlight. Also my chin. And then blend that out with the same beauty blender, and I always just use the bottom. I find that if I use like the other side of the beauty blender, it takes off my foundation. So I always just kind of use the bottom. Okay. And then I put it on my under eyes just because I don't like it sitting there and drying. I feel like it's harder to blend out. And actually, before I even do that, I take my Laura Mercier loose powder and I just get it in the cap ready to go for after I do it, because I like to set right after I do it just to avoid any type of creasing. I hate creasing, so I just get that ready. This one's running a little bit low, so I probably need it more. So now that that's sitting there ready, then I feel comfortable doing this to make sure that there's not going to be any creases, and it's going to set really well for all day. This is kind of weird, and I don't think normally a lot of people do this, but I do one under eye at a time just because I really think that it's going to crease if I don't. So I'll blend in this one. And then I take a dry beauty blender, put that Laura Mercier powder on it, and set that under eye. I like to set around the under eye as well, just so there's no like harsh line. And then I do my other eye. After that, I like to take any excess powder that is in the cap, and I put it on the beauty blender, and I just put it all over the rest of my face, like patting it in. I find that this really helps me set my foundation for all day, and it doesn't look greasy, it doesn't rub off, I don't have to be nervous. I can literally like take a nap or even scratch my face and it won't come off. So after that, I take a tiny damp beauty blender that from just a regular drugstore, and then I take that and actually like rub it on the other end of my other beauty blender and get off excess like foundation and concealer, and then I put that on my eyelid just to make sure everything is looking the same. And then I will take a dry one of those teeny beauty blenders and take some of that Laura Mercier powder and just put that on top to make sure that there's no creases from my eyelid. And I do the same thing on the other side. Okay. After that, now that everything is set in place, I'm going to take the Neutrogena Skin Clearing Mineral Powder, and it is micro clear, and I'm taking that in Classic Ivory. I just take like a poofy brush like this and then grab some of that powder, tap it off because I don't want to feel too cakey, and I put that on my neck because I did not set my neck makeup. I just want it to all blend. And then I'll take that and kind of dust off the leftover Laura Mercier powder so I don't have that like white glow, but it helps make another step to make sure this is set all day and also makes it look more natural. With like a little puff, or I don't know what these are called, and then just take some of that powder and put that on the places where it could have come up. So it comes up a lot on my nose, and then a little bit on my forehead, my chin, and my cheeks. Next, I take my Hoola Light Bronzer. I did not think that I was going to be on board with this because I was really into like the regular Hoola bronzer, but as I got paler I noticed how intense the other bronzer looked on me, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it, and I love it. So for the winter, I like to be contoured all the time, so for the winter it's definitely like my go-to right now to make sure I'm looking chiseled. So I'll take it on like a big flat brush like this, a fan brush I mean, not a flat, and that's how I do my chin. I do up here, over here, and then my chin, just to make me look like I have a jawline, because I don't, but I like to pretend I do. And then I take that same one, put some back on the brush, and I just blend that all up my forehead. Just like I look like I have a tiny forehead, petite, beautiful. And sometimes where my bronzer gets a little bit too intense, I'll go back in with that brush and kind of even that out, because I can get a little carried away, but I feel like all of us can. And then I take an angled brush like this. It's an angle right there. This is so old, I don't even know. I think it's from Target. And I will take that Hoola Light Bronzer on that, and I take it right on my cheekbone. So if you don't know where your cheekbone is, just right in there. So it's not above there, it's kind of in that same line, and then I blend that up too. And after that, I go in with another tiny skinny fan brush, and this is normally for highlighting, and I use this for highlighting too, but on the ends of it, so on like the light part, I use this to contour my nose. So I take that, and then I go down from like the sides of my nose right here. Once that's done, I will go back in with that beauty blender that I use to set my under eyes and kind of bring it down the bridge, like the right in the middle. It helps even more contour it, and sometimes I'll take it a little bit on the sides where it got down too much. It's funny because everybody says once I have my makeup done they don't recognize me when I don't, like as when I don't have my makeup on, and I think it's just because of my nose, because of that contour. And probably like my cheek contour, but I just think that's funny. The same person. And then I take Zishin's formula. I think it's like a blush. Focus on that. But it has like a little pink shoe in the middle. It does not have a name on it right now. It's honestly so old, it's broken. But I like to take this first, just to give me an overall like peachy, not peachy look, like kind of a pinky, like I'm alive look, like I'm not a dead corpse. So I'll just take like a fluffy brush, put that on the end of it, because this isn't very pigmented, but it gives like a nice sheen. And I take that, I put it on my cheeks. It also smells so good. All of Physicians Formula stuff smells so good. I just take that on my cheeks and on my chin and on my forehead just to blend it all in. And then I'm going to take the Tarte Party blush, and I'll just take that on this smaller blush brush by Wet n Wild, just on the ends of it. Put that on my cheeks, and I kind of blend it up with my contour so that it's all blended together. And a little bit more on my cheeks and forehead. Okay. Now that that's all done, let's go on to the eyes. I really like to do a lot with my eyes, especially for every single day. It just feels like too much. I like my eyes without a lot on it. I feel like it makes my makeup look a lot more open and awake, if that makes sense. Instead, when I have eyeshadow on, it kind of makes me feel like my eyes are super closed. So I just like to go in with like a darker color, not dark, almost like a little bit lighter than my contour color on my crease, and then I go in with like a shimmery color on my lid, and that's pretty much all I do. So I'm just going to show you that right now. I really like to use the Tarte Lit in Bloom palette. It's really beautiful. I love it. And I am going to just take Smarty Pants, which is the color right here, and I'm going to take that and put it all in my crease. But first, I'm going to take Charmer, which is the lightest color up here, and just put that on my lid so that it buffs out all the stuff that all the Laura Mercier powder that I've baked it with before. Okay, then I'm going to take this Wet n Wild crease brush. It is really good for this. I love it. So I'm going to take Smarty Pants on it. Might mix it with a little bit of Flower Child, which is this one. Just keep it light. And then just put that in my crease. Then I'm going to take the brush. It's from the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. And I'm going to take Funny Girl, which is the shimmery color right here, and just put it on my eyelid under that crease. And then I'm going to go back in with that brush just to blend that to make sure that that's still staying defined. Okay. Then I'm going to mix it a little bit more and put it under my eye. I really like this. I feel like it makes the eyes pop more. Not all the way under, but I just take it like to there. And then after that all, I'm going to just comb through my eyelash extensions with a couple of bullies. So let me just do that. So for highlight, I'm going to go in with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics collab with Mani MUA, and this is their Skin Frost in Eclipse. I only own Jeffree Star highlighters. I like live and swear by them. I just think they're amazing. I am a mess. My shirt is a mess. And then I just take that on that fan brush that I was talking about before and put it on my cheekbones. And I'm a person that loves to be a disco ball when it comes to highlight, so I go heavy with this, very heavy hand. And I also like, look at how big this is. It is practically the size of my face, and that's just a lot of product. Like, you're never gonna need to buy another highlighter if you buy one. Except I have like 8, but still. And then I go in with that same highlighter and I go down the bridge of my nose just to add on to that contour. And I like to go onto my forehead to like act like, oh, you know, I'm sweaty at the gym, but I'm not. I'm here. And on my chin. Yep, just look at that. Just look at that. Beautiful. But a disco ball. And then I'm going to go in with his other Skin Frost in the shade Ice Cold. This one is so worn out. I love this. It is my favorite highlighter. It's a little bit too intense for my cheeks. Here, I'll put a little bit on. But it is blinding. Like just a little bit of this is like, look at that. It's just, it's blinding. But I love it. I don't deny it. It's blinding. It's honestly a little bit probably too much for me, but it's not too much for me. There we go. Okay, but anyways, what I'm gonna do with that, I'm just gonna check it on a little brush, dip it a little bit, and what I like to do with this is put it on my inner corner of my eye, just to give like a nice open look. It really highlights my green eyes. I love it. Okay, after that, I'm going to go in and just put a little bit more blush on to blend out whatever could have been taken off with that highlight. And then I'm going to set my whole entire face with Urban Decay's All Nighter Setting Spray. I really like this one. It's the only one I think I've tried. Maybe not, I can't really remember, but I'll be back. I'm gonna go drown for a little bit. Okay, just let that all. And after that all, I'm gonna clean off my lips so they don't look so powdery and put some chapstick on. I don't really like to wear lipstick on every single day occasion just because, I don't know, I don't really feel the need to wear it. And then I'm also going to put on some bottom mascara with my Roller Lash by Benefit. I really like this mascara. It's my favorite. It works really well for my bottom lashes because obviously I don't need them for my eyelash extensions, but I'll be right back. So this is the finished look. This is pretty much my everyday makeup routine. Some of it is a little bit changed up, and I don't wear makeup every single day, but if I do, it's something a little bit like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please click that subscribe button before you leave, and make sure to comment any video requests you have down below. So thank you. Bye guys.